But, talking about commentary matches, big match this weekend. Gordon Ryan versus Kyle Boehm, and we got Tye Ruotolo and Nicky Ryan. Let's hear some predictions. Tell me what you got. You can't be too biased here. You can't.
I don't like predictions. I never. What I am intrigued by are what does each guy have to do to be successful. That for me, that's where I like to do things.
So we'll call it an analysis here. Let's call it an analysis.
I just like that. And by the way, you do a fantastic job. I love working with you, and it's been an honor and a pleasure to work with you. And let's keep doing it. To me, Kyle has his hands full. I mean, I was there. I commentated Kasai, and the guy I'm sure is a wonderful guy, but he's got massive holes in a system that Gordon has mastered, and he's up against a guy that can do that in his sleep. I would never put. The wonderful thing about jiu-jitsu is it's jiu-jitsu, man, and you can't ever count anyone out. But he's got Kyle had a lot of great attacks at Kasai, but he didn't have any way to get his attack started when people knew what was going on. So, and I'm sure it's been a while since then, but if I was his coach, I would have him work on that element of really the setups more so than just the submission. Because if he gets it, he seems to be great at the highest levels. He can finish very, very good guys. He's done that.
He looks like he's got that Tex Johnson, freakish strength that if he hits it, it could break. But
absolutely.
But again, if the technique is just off a little bit, or if there's a gray area, I agree. I think that's where he could get totally exposed, from Gordon, and who you said can do this in his sleep.
Absolutely. So I think that's a tough match for him. I really do. It's hard to say that there's a clear way to just solve the Gordon Ryan's game, which lately no one can solve. Not that there are things that every human and every athlete has their holes, but it's just going to be very difficult for him to find them. And then the two young men it's going to be amazing, I believe. I feel like Tye really his biggest hole has been the legs. That's where I think he's got to be careful of not just getting foot locked, leg locked. It's getting leg entangled and then something else happening, a forward advancement or getting his back taken off of a scramble out of something like this. So I feel like he's going to have to be very careful. But what he does do, man, he's here 1 second and there all the way over there the other. And that's what is going to be difficult for Nicky, I believe, is to lock him in. That's where he's going to have to shine, is not only with entries and the systems that they have there, but he's going to have to lock him down. And that's going to be a very, very tall task, because Tye is very athletic, very fast, very slippery, and very technical. And so that I think that the style matchups for there is what makes that an interesting ordeal, because you've got a very, very different. I mean, Tye's got all of the head arm strangles down to a science, and he's very here, there, passes over here, then he's over there, then he's out of your guard and 5 feet away. And so versus Nicky's more calculated, more, I wouldn't want to say technical. That's not fair to say, but like I would say, if you looked up a technical display of passing, and you'd probably see more Nicky's picture than Tye, because Tye is more unorthodox. I believe he uses movement and in and out to get where he wants to go. Nicky, I think, uses intricacies to get where he wants to go. And I think that will be a really nice style clash, and each one will have to make sure that they stay in their wheelhouse to have some success there.
I gotta say, I agree with you. I think that I mean, my only thing is Tye, I feel like has been a little more active since ADCC.
Oh yeah,
so that might give him a little bit of an edge there. Obviously, Nicky a little bit more knowledgeable in the leg lock, or not knowledgeable, but more familiar with competing in that. But man, I can't wait to watch it. Sometimes I think about that one, and I'm like we're obviously a little more excited about this one than the Gordon one, which is crazy because it's almost like an expectancy sometimes now with Gordon, because it's funny, after 2017 ADCC, I remember Tom DeBlas coming up to me. He's like, you're going to see tomorrow. You're going to see tomorrow. And I was like, all right, you won EBIs, big deal. Like, jokingly, but I was never in the academy. So I didn't see what, guys like Tom and yourself was saying. And then after that, and then after 2019, it's just like, oh my gosh, like he's it. Like, that's it. So we have this expectancy with Gordon, but with the Tye and Nicky, we know that these two young, competitors are going to be, they're going to be the highest level black belts one day. So it's crazy that I think it's just so cool that these are kids that are out there dominating and defeating black belts. Yeah. And really, that's something that's never happened in our sport before, ever, with the age and with the belts. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think it's awesome, man. Yeah, and I think we're just gonna. This is just the beginning for these two. If they both keep continuing to compete and blah blah blah, like life does its thing, so you never know. But I think this is just the beginning. This is simply the beginning, and I think that's it's gonna be fun. Now, I will say, I have seen back in the day, Felipe Pena's older brother named Augusto, and his nickname was Chiyoshiko. I have seen kids whoop some very good people. He was a kid, and he was very good when he was a kid. He was at Renzo's for a while, and so at that time was actually the first time I'd ever seen that. I'm like, whoa, this 15-year-old kid, like, wow, this guy, he is good. And so it's no, I've seen it before, but now it's like, these guys are not, they're just like on the highest level at such a young age. It's pretty crazy. And I think it's just going to come more and more and more. I mean, it's no mystery that the more people are involved in our sport, the more it grows, the faster it grows. The younger our athletes are going to get to those peak levels. And I think it's just going to keep coming, and there's going to be more and more youth that are like 18, 19, 20. They're just like, who are these kids? Oh my, they're 16, 17-year-olds. What the heck?
I think that kid Mika Galvão was 15, and he fought a black belt in Brazil and tapped him out. Yeah. And the black belt that he tapped out was legit. I know the academy where the guy's from, Manaus. The guy was legit. I seen him compete at the Rio Grand Slam. Legit as it comes. So for that kid to tap him out, and again, 15 years old, the generations that are coming now, because these kids are starting, and I think the biggest difference between when you and I were training, kids are starting so much earlier and continuing all the way till they get their black belt, and then they're just becoming savages. Whereas you and I probably started in our late teens, maybe early 20s. And then, we always said the same thing. Oh, I wish I would have done this when I was younger, but these kids are doing it. They're doing what we wish, so it's crazy to see, but I'm just stoked we get to see it go down. I love, I think it's awesome that you and I get to have the best seats in the house. Unfortunately, not this weekend because this whole coronavirus shit that's going on, and hopefully it'll be over. But man, it's a huge honor, to have you on here with me today. And it's always cool for me to commentate with you because I enjoy it, number one, but two, I learn. I go back after I'm like thinking about some of the stuff you said. So, me to you, man, it's always a pleasure commentating with you.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I look forward to the future, buddy. I look forward to continued work and continued fun and watching this generation grow up, and who knows, maybe the next one too.
All right. All right, guys. That's all the time I got for tonight. It's been about an hour long. It's kind of my time limit with these shows. Again, if you guys like the video, if you like the interview with me and Shawn, please share it, like it, subscribe to both our channels. Shawn's got some great breakdown videos on his channel and instructional videos. I highly recommend it. Go check out his Williams guard DVD. Any resources you can find on Shawn, please go check it out. And, hopefully, like I said, we'll be on the commentating table soon enough, guys. So, Shawn, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you when I see it. Hopefully it'll be sooner than later.
Cheers. Thanks, brother. Stay safe, man.